The year is 2030. The United States stands at the threshold of a new decade, and the changes that have unfolded over the last years have brought the nation into an era of contradictions. On one hand, progress has never been more dazzling technological breakthroughs, medical miracles, new frontiers in space exploration. On the other hand, division, unrest, and the creeping shadow of dependence on machines continue to shape the lives of millions. To imagine the USA in 2030 is to step into a world that feels familiar, and alien at the same time, a society caught between triumph and collapse, between hope and despair. Walking down the streets of New York, Los Angeles, or Chicago in 2030, the atmosphere is undeniably futuristic. Autonomous vehicles dominate the roads, guided by invisible AI systems that communicate with each other in real time. Traffic accidents, once common, have become rare, yet the silence of streets without drivers feels uncanny. Billboards are no longer static. They scan faces and project personalized ads, whispering suggestions tailored to each passerby. Drones hum constantly overhead, delivering packages, surveying crowds, and even assisting police forces. Citizens know they are safer from crime, but they also know they are never truly alone. Every move is monitored, every word potentially recorded, every expression measured against algorithms designed to detect intent. Artificial intelligence is not just present, it is everywhere. It manages energy grids, financial markets, healthcare systems, and even elements of governance. Algorithms decide who gets a loan, which patient receives priority care, which neighborhoods get resources during a crisis. In some cities, pilot projects allow AI to draft legislation or propose budget allocations. Decisions then rubber-stamped by human officials. Supporters call this efficient and corruption-free. Critics argue it is the death of democracy, with machines shaping laws without human empathy or accountability. Jobs have transformed beyond recognition. By 2030, millions of positions in transport, logistics, customer service, and administration are gone, erased by automation. But even skilled professions are not immune. Lawyers, doctors, journalists, and even engineers face relentless competition from AI systems capable of analyzing data, writing reports, diagnosing illnesses, and designing blueprints faster than any human could. For those who adapt, opportunities exist in emerging fields like quantum computing, neurointerface design, and climate engineering. Yet for many, retraining has failed. Entire communities struggle, dependent on government subsidies and patchwork gig work. The American dream, the belief that hard work guarantees stability, feels fragile and distant to those left behind. The economy dazzles at the top, but crumbles at the bottom. Wealth concentrates in the hands of tech elites and corporations that own data and infrastructure. Cities like San Francisco and Austin gleam with innovation hubs, their towers glowing with neon logos of mega corporations. But rural America and former industrial centers resemble forgotten worlds, scarred by unemployment and poverty. Tent cities grow along highways. Homelessness spreads even in affluent areas. The United States of 2030 is a paradox, a leader in global innovation, yet a nation where millions feel discarded by progress. The culture of 2030 reflects this tension. Entertainment is dominated by synthetic creations, AI-generated films, series, and music, hyper-personalized to match the desires of each individual. People can watch a movie that adapts itself in real time, adjusting storylines and characters based on their reactions. Songs are no longer written by artists but engineered by data, designed to release dopamine at precise intervals. For some, this is paradise, a world of endless pleasure. For others, it is hell, an existence stripped of authenticity. In hidden clubs and underground spaces, human musicians and performers rebel, offering raw, imperfect shows as proof that humanity still matters. Audiences crave these imperfections, flocking to see artists bleed, sweat, and make mistakes, because flaws have become the last proof of something real. Politically, the nation is more fractured than ever. The old divide between left and right has given way to a new battle. Those who embrace the AI-driven future and those who resist it. Techno-optimists argue that artificial intelligence will solve humanity's deepest crisis: disease, poverty, climate change. They see resistance as fear, an inability to evolve. Human preservationists argue that algorithms erode freedom, dignity, and meaning. That efficiency without soul is not progress but slavery. The clash between these visions plays out in Congress, in media, and in the streets. Elections are battlegrounds where AI-driven propaganda manipulates voters with precision, delivering tailored messages that exploit fears and desires. By the time ballots are cast, many citizens question whether they ever had a choice at all. Surveillance in 2030 reaches unprecedented levels. Beyond cameras and drones, technology now tracks biometric signals, heartbeat, temperature, pupil dilation, detecting stress or deception. Insurance companies demand wearable devices to monitor health. Employers use emotion tracking software to measure productivity. Authorities claim this prevents crime and protects citizens. Critics warn it criminalizes thoughts, punishes emotions, and destroys privacy. Families debate whether to use smart devices at home, knowing convenience comes at the cost of being constantly watched. Religion and spirituality adapt to the new era. Millions attend virtual churches, mosques, and temples through augmented reality, their leaders appearing as holograms in living rooms. New cults emerge, some worshiping artificial intelligence as a digital deity, others framing it as the ultimate false prophet. Traditional faiths warn that humanity is in danger of surrendering its soul to machines. In a society drowning in efficiency and surveillance, people search desperately for meaning. Climate change haunts the United States in 2030. Rising seas threaten coastal cities. Wildfires scorch the West with greater ferocity. Hurricanes batter the South. Heat waves push infrastructure to its limits, forcing rolling blackouts. Communities adapt with vertical farms, desalination plants, and resilient energy grids, but millions are displaced. Climate refugees within America create new tensions, as states argue over resources and responsibility. For the first time, Americans begin to feel what other nations have long endured, the inescapable weight of environmental collapse. On the international stage, the USA remains powerful but contested. China's rise in artificial intelligence and space exploration challenges American dominance. Europe positions itself as the moral leader, championing digital rights and sustainability. Cyber conflicts replace traditional wars, with attacks on power grids, satellites, and financial systems happening daily. The American military relies increasingly on autonomous weapons, raising ethical concerns about machines deciding life and death. Hackers, terrorists, and rival nations exploit these technologies, pushing the world to the edge of uncontrollable escalation. Daily life in 2030 is both wondrous and unsettling. Smart homes anticipate every need, adjusting lighting, food, and entertainment automatically. Virtual assistants know desires before they are spoken. Children learn from AI tutors that adjust lessons perfectly to their abilities. Elderly parents are cared for by humanoid robots with gentle voices and mechanical hands, yet loneliness persists. People are surrounded by machines that simulate empathy, but true human connection feels rarer each year. A grandmother may hear a bedtime story from a synthetic voice, but she still longs for her granddaughter's laughter. A teenager may have access to infinite knowledge, but he struggles to find purpose. By the end of 2030, the United States feels divided into two nations. One thrives in neon-lit cities, efficient, wealthy, and the other struggles in forgotten towns, in protests, in communities where dignity is demanded but denied. Families argue not about politics as their grandparents once did, but about whether artificial intelligence is salvation or destruction. The question of American identity grows sharper. Is it defined by progress at any cost, or by the preservation of humanity in the face of change? And yet, within the chaos, resilience persists. Communities adapt. People resist. Artists, rebels, and dreamers refuse to let machines write the entire story. The spark of hope is not extinguished. America has always been forged in crisis, from wars to depressions to revolutions. The year 2030 is no different. The nation stands once again on the edge, uncertain of its future but unwilling to surrender. And now I want to hear from you. Do you believe the USA in 2030 will rise stronger, or do you see only collapse ahead? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your voice matters in this conversation about the future. If this video opened your eyes, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next chapter, where we explore what could happen in the years to come. The story of tomorrow has only just begun, and together we will uncover it year by year.